Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Sandy Bay. Now today, I don't really know exactly what we're going to be doing. It's taken me a while to even think of a few things because we're getting to that stage now where it's quite hard to know what exactly to do because everything is either growing or we've finished it. So the first job is just to put the apples in these kiosks to get them sold. We don't really have many left, so these should all be gone soon. Clearly the customers have been to these kiosks and bought everything, and we should have got money for it. Obviously it's been over time, so we haven't really seen it, but these are our last few. There we go. That is that all done. Now I would extend the orchard today, however, as we're going to finish this map on single player very soon, I don't really know if it's worth it. I say single player because I'm hoping to do Sandy Bay as the next multiplayer map. I think it really would be a fitting map for it. It just depends if we have any issues. For example, I know you can go on the beach and then there is an invisible barrier which stops you from driving into the sea. However, is there a barrier which stops you from throwing the vehicles off the cliff? Because that would be a serious issue in multiplayer. Obviously, I've not driven off the cliff before because that'd be crazy. But you know what it's like in multiplayer. Most people who join the server want to have a decent game, but you always get a few who want to wreck it. And yes, if you can drive off the cliff and wreck stuff, that would be a big issue. But I still want to give it a go. I would love to have the Sandy Bay as multiplayer. It really would be a fantastic map for it. Not only that it's a good map anyway, but the things you can do on it are so diverse. So I just crashed into my own trailer here. That, yeah, there are so many different jobs that you could do. And if we put the fruit mod on as well, then we could extend the orchard in multiplayer. So I don't know really exactly what the best thing to do is, but I think it would just be a fantastic map for multiplayer. Now, the next job of today, I think, is going to be doing some cultivating, because field number 20 is obviously that huge field, and there is nothing actually growing in it at the moment. It needs to be cultivated and we need to get some crops in. Just tabbing through the tractors. So, we need to get... We've obviously got one Väderstad cultivator. We need to get the really big one. We might still have it because we did rent it, but I can't remember exactly. And essentially, what I would like to do today, to begin with, is go around the headland a few times with the cultivator. I know it's not the way you're supposed to do it, but the reason why I want to do it that way is because we need to have a worker doing the rest of the field. So obviously, because it's such a huge field, I don't really want to be going up and down all day in a video because it'd be really boring. So having a worker doing it would really speed up the process. Now, when we come to doing the silage harvest, which is what it's going to be, I also don't want to do that on my own. Now, I think the best thing there is actually to do that when this is transferred onto the multiplayer server, because I would love to do a massive silage harvest with everyone else. That would just go down so well. So, if we can get it all sorted now, then in the future, in a few weeks' time, we'll be able to transfer this map onto multiplayer, and we'll be able to begin. We'll have a real good kickstart, and we'll be able to begin by doing a huge silage harvest. That would just be immense. So we're going to do it with two tractors. We're going to have one with that really big Lemkin cultivator, and another one on our Väderstad, which we own that. That is our one. The other one we're just renting. I think the Massey Ferguson, this one we're in now, will be on the Väderstad, and the other one can be on the Lemkin. And when we're doing the headland, we'll basically just put it on follow me, put an offset on, and it'll follow me around the outskirts of the field. After that, it can go onto a worker. But yeah, in multiplayer, if we can extend the orchard as well, if we carry the mod over, we could turn this entire field here into a huge orchard. We could then keep the kiosks and actually have a better place than just at the edge of the cow field, and we could have a massive, like, side of the road supermarket thing. It would be crazy. But yeah, I think that really would go down well. Really hoping to do that in the future. And you might now ask, what map am I doing next? I don't know whether I should say, I suppose I have already said in the past. But yeah, the map I'm planning on doing in a couple of weeks' time is Knaveswell Farm by TomX55. I've currently been sent the map, but in the process of testing it, really looking forward to giving it a go. And then, hopefully, in a few weeks' time, we'll begin the main Let's Play series. Because TomX55 has been very kind and sent it to me early for me to do some testing. So, yes, that is all there. Let's go around here, get the cultivator, and we'll get prepared for taking it all down to the field. I don't think we still have the Lemkin. I think the time has expired on it. I would hate to rent it again if we do still own it, but I don't think we do. So we'll position this here. We're going to get the Claas Axion, and that can be our bigger tractor for doing the Lemkin cultivating. Well, would you look at that? I go over to the Claas Axion and it's still on the back. That is so handy. So how long do we have on it? Let's just go onto here. Did we own it? Did we buy it? Maybe I did buy it. I've forgotten. Oh no, here we go. We've got 19, pretty much 20 hours left on it. So that's good. That means we don't need to rent it again. That saves so much money. Oh, we could use the John Deere. I will do. That John Deere is such a good tractor. The only thing is, every time you get back to it again, whenever you close the game down and start it up again, the front loader brackets default on the tractor, so they're always there. But that isn't too much of an issue. You can just turn them off here. You can fold the link arms up too. There we go. And we'll take off the potato planter. And down to the field. It's quite a long way from here, so we've got a nice journey ahead of us. And here we are. We're going the back way. So, as we're here with John Deere first of all, there's this little section which sticks out, so I'll do that first. And then we'll go and get the Massey Ferguson, and it can follow me around the outside of the field. Hopefully that will work. It should do. Can't really see any reason why it wouldn't do. And that would just basically get the headland done much faster. I know it's not the most realistic thing to do. As I said, I wouldn't do this if I was doing it all myself. You do the headlands last. But as we're trying to do this as efficiently as possible, I think that is the best way of doing it. Otherwise, the workers are all going to be getting stuck and very confused. So, just trying to make it easier for the workers, really. And then once this is done, we're going to have to do it all again with the planter, the maize planter. But I'll make sure we get some bigger planters instead of the small ones, because otherwise it really will take forever. But it just seems such a waste having this field here and doing nothing with it at all. This is a seriously good tractor. and we'll go back up again, and then next time we come back around this field we'll be having the Massey Ferguson following us. I think I've put it on the 6616. That is probably the most suitable tractor for the cultivator. We don't want to overdo it or underdo it. If we had like 4 tractors with the same cultivator, this big Lemkin, we could probably blast through this field in less than an hour without any issues at all. Well, hang on, no, not less than an hour, probably less than 15 minutes. Might be a bit optimistic, but it looks big, but when you've got really big machinery working in it, you can get the job done very quickly. And here we are at the top of the field, just stopped short of there. And now let's go and get the Massey Ferguson. This is obviously a considerably smaller cultivator, but it will still be useful. Can you see the John Deere from here? I don't think... no, you can't. The view distance isn't good enough for seeing equipment and tractors, but it is good enough to see where we've cultivated. There's the orchard in there, looking much neater. And here we are at the field. So I think probably the John Deere first of all. So we'll put the Massey Ferguson just over here. Sorry if it's a bit of a faff setting everything up, but once it's going it should be good. That's 7930 in place. Now for this tractor. Okay, so that is set 10 metres I think offset to the right of our John Deere tractor. We'll just test it and see if that's worked. We don't want too much overlap. Yeah, I think that is good. So yeah, I'm going to just go around the field and see how it goes. Yeah, it seems to be working well. Good. So here we go. I'll try and pick up a bit of speed. We're probably going faster than that tractor anyway. But honestly, that does seem to be working surprisingly well. We could do the whole field like that, but I'm not going to. Just because it probably won't last forever. I should think it would start to kick up some issues. Having said that though, I think when I planted this field initially, that's how I did it, and it worked quite well. Or was it when I harvested it? Yeah, I think it was when I harvested it. I did have a few issues which I took care of off screen, but on the whole it was okay. Let's see how well it can go around a 90-degree angle. I wonder if it'll miss anything. I wonder if it'll be able to do it at all. That's pretty good. I'm impressed by that. Wow, that was good. A good view of the train station here on our right. I didn't realise the station was actually right up against field 20. We're still being followed okay, that's all going well. And here's the train. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well. I should have said this in yesterday's video. Yeah, it should have been Woodside Farm multiplayer yesterday, but I probably should have made it more clear. A few episodes back in A Taste of Donegal, I did actually mention that I was going to have some internet issues, and it would not allow me to do that video this week. So yes, sorry about that. I should have made it more clear. I should be able to return to Woodside next week. In fact, just to let you know about my internet speeds, my download has increased considerably. My service provider has actually been very good in the end in sorting it out, although they were a bit stubborn to begin with. I think we can probably guess who it is. But yes, I used to get 1 megabit per second, and although we were paying for, I think it's 4 to 8 megabits on the line, we were only getting 1. But now I can squeeze about 4.2 megabits per second download out of it, so we've actually improved quite well. So that is helping the videos in some respects, but the upload is still atrocious. I still only get 0.3, which is horrific. So unfortunately I still can't live stream. I can't wait until the day I can. But yes, we're just going to have to wait a bit longer, unfortunately. It's not like I can't even upgrade it. This is the best I can get at my house. I can't get any other services. That is the best speed available. So even if I wanted to pay for fibre optics, I couldn't, because it doesn't exist here. It's a real shame. But I'm going to try and find a way of doing live streams. But I can't put a date on it, unfortunately. And that is lap 1 almost complete. I'm going to go around a few times just to make sure that the workers aren't going to get confused at all. We could just keep going like this, but yeah, it's going to get a bit boring, and we're probably going to get a bit dizzy if we keep going around in circles. But the John Deere, as usual, is working effortlessly. And look at Massey Ferguson right over there. It's surprising the distance it's giving us. I would have thought it'd be able to keep up with us quite well, but I suppose it isn't a very big tractor. Alright, we're getting on really well. This is only the second time round, and already it's clear to see where we've been. I'm wondering if it is worth just keep going around in circles until we get it done. It does seem to work very well. Although, if I go too far in front of that tractor, the Massey Ferguson, it's going to lose our track, and I'll have to do it all again with that tractor. So I've got to be quite careful here. Just going to take a quick break because the 6616 is so far away it's actually disappeared from view. It is still following. It's still on the map. Oh, there it is. It's just reappeared. Little speck on the horizon. That is how big this field is. You can't see another tractor from one side of the field to the other. Wow. But yeah, we've got to get this job done, so we can't wait too long, just so it doesn't lose our track. We do also need to do our potato harvest when that grows. Obviously we've only just planted them, but before the end of single player I would like to do it. If not, we'll just do it in multiplayer. Doesn't really make much difference. It's just we might not have the different mods that I'm using at the moment, so that might affect a few things. If I can get it all irrigated, then at least that's out of the way. Actually, harvesting wouldn't really matter, whether it's single player or multiplayer. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. We don't need to rush anything because we're going to continue with this save game on multiplayer anyway. Alright, we can pick up speed again now. And this will be our final time round today. And then after this, a worker will be doing it. But we've certainly made some progress. I'd like to get quite a good aerial view to see what it actually looks like. Ugh! No, we don't want the chainsaw out. Yes, I can imagine that it's quite dangerous, playing with a chainsaw in mid-air. Fantastic view of the cultivator over there. And our John Deere below. Wow, this field literally is gigantic. When you look at the size of it compared to a tractor, that's when you can see the scale. Brilliant view from up here. It's enchanted forest. Yep, anyway, let me down. So I think tomorrow the best thing to do will be to do the irrigating on the potatoes, because we need to get all that sorted before they start to germinate too much. So yeah, that's going to go for the fertiliser side of things. Obviously it should be water, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just like doing the irrigating, although it is quite tricky to set up. Once you've done it a few times, it should become easier. I've messed up twice, but I think I'm getting the hang of it now. It is a very good mod. And here we go, back at the beginning again. Our 6616 is just down there, still quite a long way away. But it should finish in its own time. So, tomorrow, when we're doing the next episode, these tractors will be working in here as a worker. We probably won't see them too much, but we'll be doing the irrigating. And then this time tomorrow, these fields, well, this field should be finished, hopefully. But yeah, we've made a good start. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I think we've made some good progress. But obviously, it is huge, so it does take a very long time. But yes, I think we're going to leave it here. So, thanks for watching. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.